Hi, Tim Blankenship here with Divorce661.com. Today we have another exciting episode on our YouTube channel and our podcast at DivorceMasterRadio.com. Today we're talking more about marriages. Again, we talked about divorce quite a bit on this show, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about marriages and something we can learn from millionaires. Now, they say money doesn't buy you love, but it appears that is not correct. There is a huge connection between successful marriages and successful wealth creation, we have something that we can learn from millionaires. I found an interesting article on ThompsonLaw.ca. It's talking about what millionaires are doing and how they select their spouses and traits and qualities and so forth, and just a little bit of their mindset, because there's some startling numbers here that makes what they do important if you're looking to have or create a long-term marriage. So listen to this. It says 92% of millionaire households in America are composed of married couples. So 92% are married. These married couples have 1/3 the divorce rate of non-millionaire couples. I find that interesting. Going back to the money doesn't buy you love scenario. On average, they have been married for 28 years or more. 1/4 of them have been married for 38 years or more. So we're talking, on average, long-term marriages and then very long-term marriages for 1/4 of them. And I had read in this article that this was minimized a bit because of people dying and so forth. And even those who have divorced are overwhelmingly likely to be remarried. So they didn't have a negative outcome from the divorce. So there are some correlations between decisions and choices these millionaires make that I think I wanted to share with you. I found 16. There were some qualities and there were also some traits they identified. And you can go back to episode 49. I went over each of those 5 traits and 7 qualities of a successful marriage. But now we're going to talk about some of the decisions and choices and thought processes of millionaires that also led to these long-term marriages, and obviously successful in income as well. So number one, I'm going to lose count, so I'm not going to rattle these off. The first one is millionaire couples have a unique ability to select mates with a certain set of qualities. Again, go back to episode 49 of the podcast where I go over each of these. I don't want to duplicate that content here. But millionaire couples have a unique ability to select mates with a certain set of qualities. Number 2, okay, I'll try and keep track of the numbers then. Both spouses identify and credit each other as having certain important traits. Number 3, nearly all spouses see 5 key qualities in their spouses and agree on the importance of these qualities. Again, go back to episode 49 for those qualities. Millionaire husbands found their wives physically attractive when they first met them, but they were drawn to them by much more. This is as opposed to non-millionaire men who consider physical attractiveness as the overwhelming basis of attraction early in the relationship. Wives, this is for you wives, wives of millionaire husbands were attracted to these same 5 qualities plus others. And again, we talked about that in the other episode. But income earning potential is only part of the story. What it states here is millionaire couples go through financial times just as often, or if not more, than non-millionaire couples. And this is generally because these are business owners, starting businesses who can potentially suffer losses and be in dire straits financially. But in these marriages, the women, I should say both spouses, not just the women, stick it through the tough times, where the non-millionaire spouses in financial times is usually, or I should say is one of the leading causes of divorce, whereas in millionaire couples, they stick it out through the tough times, and in this case, or in oftentimes, they will get through the darkness and back into millionaire status, if you will. It says the wives of these couples are not modern when it comes to income contribution by gender. It says 80% of millionaire couple households, the main breadwinner is in fact the husband, but the women in the household obviously are major contributors. It says that women are educated just like their men. So in Millionaire Couples in America, it says 90% of the husbands have college degrees or better, as do 85% of the women. So we're talking both spouses, husband and wife, having at least bachelor degrees or better. So that's, I don't see a statistic for non-millionaire couples, but obviously that's a higher rate than non-millionaire couples. Millionaire couples, they mutually respect each other's intelligence. It says millionaire husbands rank their wives' intelligence as the number quality of their spouses, 95%. Millionaire wives made it the number one quality of their husbands. So intelligence, guys, need to have the intelligence. They each give credit to the other for their economic success. It says this applied to the households as well as the husbands as well as the wives. Even though the husband is usually the main breadwinner 80% of the time, over 95% of millionaire husbands believe that their wife played an important role in their economic success. If I could just make a comment on that, I'm a business owner. I have a small business in California, and I can definitely attribute a huge percentage of my business success to my wife. In fact, in all the different businesses and careers I've had while being married, I think I can say that my wife is the one that pushed me into all of them. Meaning it was an idea of mine and maybe I had some hesitation or fear involved, a little bit of fear factor, and she was the one that 100% of the time would support what it is I thought I wanted to do, push me in that direction, and every time it's worked out really well. Millionaire spouses, now hopefully, I'm not a millionaire, but now that I give credit to my spouse, maybe now I can become a millionaire. Millionaire spouses share interests that are related to accumulating wealth and work together on them. Of course, if you have both of you cooperating towards the same goal, that's certainly going to help. They run sensible households from a financial perspective. So this was interesting because they do things no different than non-millionaire households or spouses, in that they says they rather have their shoes resold than buy new ones, have their furniture reupholstered as opposed to buying new. They reduce their thermostat to save electricity costs, use a grocery list, they do their own shopping, they use coupons, and shop at discounts like Sam's Club or Costco. And when I read that, I laughed because I can't tell you, when I'll go to like Walmart with my wife, and we'll see a Porsche, or we'll see I don't know, a fancy car where they're obviously living in different financial circumstances than we are, but there they are at Costco. So I just thought that was funny. Millionaire households or spouses, they tend to stay put. It says 20% of American households move there every year, while more than 53% of American millionaire households have not moved in 10 years. So maybe they're a little bit more stable perhaps. And let's see, what else do we have here? They tend to live in older homes in good neighborhoods, which they purchased for what they thought were affordable prices. So I don't see much difference in my way of thinking or non-millionaire ways of thinking, although perhaps, the more blue collar or non-millionaire status, I think tend to buy not affordable for them, but maybe they kind of stretch things to that higher amount, and maybe that ends up having some financial strain, they're cash poor or house poor, as it were. What else do we have here? The main activities are built around family, friends, and managing their money. Okay? And it says, in conclusion, they make successful life decisions. Well, that's certainly a fact. All of these things were definitely successful life decisions, of which decisions around finding the right mate and building a successful marriage may be the most important things they do. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was so very interesting. We want to talk more often about having successful marriages. What do you think will lead or attribute to successful marriages? I think that these are definitely some interesting facts, and I think that they are right on the money, including the 5 traits and 7 qualities, which you should go back and listen to, because if we put all of these into effect, not only will we have longer lasting marriages, 1/3 the divorce rate, 92% marriage rate, long-term marriages into the 30 plus year mark, 38 years. There's a lot to be gained from this. So I hope this was informational for you and educational, and check back soon. Whether you're watching this on our YouTube channel or on our podcast at divorcemasterradio.com, make sure to tune in and check back often. Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll talk to you soon.